Hey everyone, welcome to this short tutorial video on how to share setups in Assetto Corsa. The question I get most often is how do I share my current setup with a fellow driver that's on the same server as I am? Well, to do it, it's really simple and all you need to do is go back to the pits. So I'll do that right now. Once you're in the pits, you make sure you've got the setup loaded that you want to share. So in my case, I'll share the SimRacing Fun setup. I'll load it. We'll see it's confirmed loaded. We see the tires changing to softs. And all I need to do once I'm ready to share the setup is go to this chat window over here. And I'll see a paperclip icon over here on the bottom right. I click it and I say I want to share my current setup. And when I do it, I can see here Jezza has shared the setup for Formula Hybrid 2021. All the drivers connected to the server at that time will see this message and will be able to save the setup by clicking this save button over here. I click save and I see my setup was saved as from Jezza. So now if I want to test if it's really saved, I press the setup icon again and I can see over here there is the from Jezza. I'll load it and I'll have exactly the same setup as I just shared. Now in my case both are exactly the same, so it doesn't really make sense, but you'll see the same thing if, for example, Richard does it or Dave. You'll see from Richard or from Dave, and you'll be able to load their setups with a very simple procedure. Sometimes, however, it also happens that you want to share the setup not with everyone connected to the server, but just your particular friend. Or maybe you want to share the setup with someone who's not connected to the server at all. Well, that can be done in a very simple way as long as you have a tool installed called Content Manager. And I'll show that to you guys right now. So here we are in Content Manager, and if you haven't used Content Manager before, it's the absolute #1 tip I have for anyone driving Assetto Corsa. I use it to connect to all my online races, to update my custom shader patch to the latest version, or to install any other mod that you can think of for Assetto Corsa. It's extremely powerful and very easy to use. And in this case, where I'm looking for a solution to share my setups, Content Manager again is the tool to choose. All I need to do is make sure I'm in the drive section on the top right and then choose single race, where I'll see all of the setup options for my ideal single race. In this case, however, I'm only interested in these 3 buttons at the bottom right of my car picture. When I click on it, I see all sorts of options that I can choose from, but I'm looking for Manage Setups. When I click on that, I can see all of the setups that I have for this car on my entire system. So for every single track that I have, I can see all of the setups. But I can also use this easy to use filter at the top. So I click on it and I pre-populate it with Saudi. So when I click on it, I see only the setups for the Saudi track, in this case 2021 Saudi Arabian F1 Grand Prix. And I can see my SimRacing Fun setup and the one that I received in the previous section of this video, which is from Jezza. Now let's say I want to share SimRacing Fun again. I move to the bottom of my screen and I see a button for Share Link. When I click on it, I can name this. So for example, I call it SimRacing Fun Test Setup. When I click on OK, I get a confirmation dialog if everything is right. It does look right to me, so I'll click on yes. And you can see the Content Manager has now generated a link over there, which I can copy to my clipboard. And once I want to test how that looks for the other users using this, I can go back to my web browser, for example, and paste that link over here. Once I click on it, the web browser will recognize that it's a Content Manager link and will open back up Content Manager. And it will show me all of the information. In this case, it's SimRacing Fun Test Setup, it's Formula Hybrid 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and the author is Jezza. Does that look good? Do I want to save it? Yep, I'll save it. And once I've saved it, we can see that we now have a SimRacing Fun test setup by Jezza, also for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So to make sure if this really works in the actual game, I can go back and I can connect to my live server, which I'll do right now, and then we can test if we can actually use that setup in the game. So I'll click join and we'll wait for the server to load. So here we are back in the game, and let's see if we can load that setup that we just shared using Content Manager. So I'll go to the setup section and already I see it over here, the SimRacing Fun test setup by Jezza. So I'll load this setup and we'll see again the red tires appearing in all the other settings have been copied as well. So with that, thank you for watching this video on how to share your setups in the most easy way. I hope it's helpful for you, and I hope you'll help a lot of other drivers by sharing your setups. Thanks again, and have a good day.